Welcome to the Pink Book Podcast. I am your host, Joyce VanSeters, and I am thrilled to continue to bring you game changers and innovators who are redefining their success. Tonight, I'm super excited because I have one of my favorite reality stars from the Belle Collective, Lateshia Pearson. Letitia, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Nice to meet you, beautiful.
Oh, you too, gorgeous. I am so happy to have you because I'm going to be honest with you. I was not watching this show. I was not hooked on this. This show is on the OWN network, guys. Amazing. And you have the most amazing team because when your team contacted me, I was in. Like I get about 70 to 100 pitches per week about this podcast. And your team stood out. Like I started watching this show when I was hooked. So I
Mhm.
went from like season 1 to season 6. I already watched episode 1. I'm dying for October 10th for episode 2.
Yeah,
Let's bring it. So I want to start from the beginning.
thank you so
Letitia,
much. I
well,
appreciate it. My team, they are so amazing. I
amazing.
yes, they send me so many different outlets to, interview with, and they get so many requests for me to interview. And I said, you know what? I look at each one, and if I'm not aligned with it, I just don't do it. So I was like, you know what? Where are the females? Where are the women? I have women right
Yes.
Mississippi, and I'm like, let's look. Nothing against the men. I've interviewed with some amazing men, and like I said, they reach out all the time. But it was just something about your podcast and you, and of course, I'm all for female entrepreneurship. So
Thank you
I'm
so much.
super
I
excited.
am super aligned with what you're doing. I love, 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 and I want to get into that. What you're doing, especially you being the founder of Women's Brunch, we should be doing in every state. I
Yeah,
mean, you need to be like mentoring us and contacting some woman in every state for us to be doing this all over the world because it's amazing.
thank you. I appreciate it. It really is.
Of course.
It really
But
is.
let's tell us where are you from?
Okay, great. I'm from a small town in Mississippi called Pelahatchie, Mississippi. It's about 1,500 people there.
Well,
Yes, grew up there. I mean, it's community built, love. I mean, it's just love. It's just family. We're all family. Everybody knows everybody there. I like to
I
say
love
it's
it.
like 4 blocks and some apartments and a school. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's just a town, a beautiful town, and just humble beginnings for me.
That's great. Did you grow up with are you siblings? Are you an only child?
No, I'm actually the oldest. Yep, I'm the oldest, and,
Okay.
I have, 2 brothers and 1 sister. Yep.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mhm.
And tell me about, like, young Letitia, because 'cause you're so fierce right now in my world of what I see for you. So I wanna know what, like, the little Letitia was like.
Girl, I don't know, my mama always say, like, she will say to anybody, she was like, "This girl, literally, she walked before she crawled." And I
Oh
think
my god.
that's how I work, like, in life. Like, that's me now. Like, I'm gonna always just shoot big in anything that I do, right? And sometimes you may have to come back. I mean, my mama said, and then I started crawling, and she was like, "If you don't get up off that floor, now you can walk." No, but that's me, and that's me in life too. I like to always refer back to that because I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna jump out there." And you know what? I may have to crawl a bit, but I'm gonna jump. So that's just me.
I love it. So in school, were you like a shy girl, an outgoing girl? I mean, I know you have a small community, but tell me what you were like, in school.
Girl, no, I was not shy in school. No, 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 I was definitely not shy. I was
You were
just
the
very
top leader, weren't you?
Mentorship award my senior year. I always loved helping people. I've always been like, who I am. I just love to see people becoming the best version of me, whatever that may look like to them. So I've always
Mhm.
been that girl to be like, no, we're going to do this. So if I see somebody that I like the beauty of it all, that's just me.
I love it. I love it. Did you grow up with both parents?
No, I actually didn't. I grew up with a stepdad, but my dad was very active in my life. So
Okay.
because my mom, she had me when she was young, and my sister and my brother, they have the same dad, and then I have another brother by my on my dad's
Mhm.
side. But
Okay.
like my dad was very active, very amazing man. But yeah, girl, it didn't work out. They were young. My mom had me. I mean, she was 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I am someone who wants to hear everybody's story. I'm
Yeah.
sick of like the picket fence. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's not reality, especially when it comes to our culture.
Mhm.
But I'm also a big believer in the first woman and man that you come in contact with. It doesn't have to be your mom. It could be like your aunt, your uncle. Those first people that you come in contact with is not how you would treat people, but it's how you kind of relate to them. So the men
Yeah.
that you gravitate to or the women that you gravitate to, the first people that you come in contact with, that's how you relate to them,
Yeah.
so that's why I always ask that question.
No, that's okay. I love it. No, they both were wonderful. Like, yes, wonderful, wonderful. I mean, I always
Good.
say double because I'm like, if my dad didn't give it to me, I'm going to ask my stepdad. That's just how
Right.
it works.
Did you go to college?
I did. I
What
went to
college did you go to?
so I went to, Hines Community College for 2 years, and then I went to Belhaven University. So, yep, and then after that, my goal was to go to law school, but stuff started happening. Mom was like, "Hold on, girl, we got the student loans," but that worked out great because I end up, just studying paralegal, and that
Okay.
allowed
You
me
were
to
a paralegal first, right? Like, that was your first job? I did read that, okay.
yeah, I practiced. Yeah, I've been a paralegal. Yeah, I've worked in the industry um from a 9 to 5 from like 2004, 2003, I think 2003 all the way up until like 2014. So I got pregnant with Josh, and now I'm
Wow,
doing freelance paralegal work. So I still help attorneys. Just that
okay,
it's like my own thing. I do freelance. I'm
okay,
not like, in an office or
okay.
anything.
How
Mhm.
did you get your first job, your first gig when you graduated?
So when I graduated, so there was a place called I have to shout out my cousin, Vicky.
Yeah, do it,
Like,
girl.
you know how you have when you growing up, you have that girl in the family,
Oh, yep.
right?
Yep.
She's like now she might be like 10 years older than me now,
Yes.
and she would pull it. I mean, she just had it together. She was a graduate, she
Love it.
worked at a law firm. She was just all into it. She was like that girl in our family. You like, okay, I'm gonna show the rest of you girls like, how to do your resume, how to do this, how to do that. So she actually created my resume and she told me, you know what, Tisha, to get clerical experience, you need to go to a temp staff. She was like, and you get your clerical while you're going to school because I was working at Walmart while I was going to school.
Okay.
So I was like, you
That's
know what?
real, that's real, I love to hear
Yeah,
it.
I love working at Walmart in the photo lab. That was my job. But hey, I loved it.
Some pictures.
Yeah, doing not then, they had to drop it off when they had the disposable and stuff.
Yes, yes.
Loved it. So I was working there and she was like, "You know what? Your skills and just who you are and what you can do, like you have to go get like some clerical experience." So I ended up
Okay.
going while I'm in school. I went to a temp agency and I started getting like, doing admin work, different places. Like I think I
Uh-huh.
was at a hospital one time. You know how they send you places while I'm
Yeah.
still in school? So it was
Mhm.
like part-time. So I started doing that. And then afterwards, when I graduated, I started submitting to law firms.
Wow.
My first job, they hired me as a data entry clerk, the first law firm to get experience.
Wow.
I never worked in a law firm, and it was a huge law firm. Like they had over like 100 attorneys. So after that, about 6 months in, they moved me up to a paralegal assistant. So I
Okay.
was like, okay,
Alright.
because girl, when I get in somewhere, like I
Right, good
don't
job.
I be like, literally, that's me right now. Like, okay,
Right?
humble, but I know where I'm going, right?
Yes,
So, okay, I
absolutely.
appreciate it because in all things, and I'm sure you can relate to this, but in all things, you always have to be a student.
Absolutely.
You can never stop being a student, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. So a paralegal assistant came available, and I took that and I slid in that, and I learned and I learned and I learned and I learned. So after like a year or so, there was no
Mhm.
promotion because this was her job. Like she was the lead paralegal,
Okay.
at this firm. So I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, and I'm her assistant and I wanted more. So I went and I saw a paralegal, senior paralegal position come available.
Mhm.
And I got it and I got the interview and I nailed it. And I was there from 2000, like I
Of
said,
course
2000.
you did. Of
Yeah, I
course
nailed
you will.
it and I didn't leave. So that's
Mhm.
what happened until I had my son. Until I got pregnant with
Wow.
Joshua. Mhm.
Did you ever leave Mississippi or you been in there since, like, born and raised? This is
No, born and raised. No, of course travel, but I've been here. Like
Mhm.
I've lived here all my
Yeah.
life.
I
Yeah.
know nothing about Mississippi, so I wanna take just a side bridge with you to
Okay.
talk about Mississippi. Like, I'm someone who, I'm from a military background, so I lived in Holland, overseas. I think my doctor's office was, like, in Germany. I lived in South Dakota, California,
Oh.
Delaware, New Jersey. I'm now in Connecticut, and it always, like, not bothered me, but it always shocked me when I was in, like, high school and I would be like, "Where are you guys from?" And they'd be like, "Here." And I'm like, "You never left?" You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, I just tell me about Mississippi. Tell me about your hometown. Tell me about, like, how that feels and with your community and everything, because 'cause I've never, like, really had that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I mean, for me, Mississippi down south, like Mississippi, the hospitality state. I mean, we love on people. And you know what? It's so funny when I travel to like New York or other places, and you just like people just going on about their day, and it's kind of like,
Yeah.
"Hey, how you doing? How are you?" And they're looking like, "Girl, I got somewhere to go." You know what I mean? it's something different because we are just so loving. Like it really, we are like it's just the hospitality state here. So I
Wow.
mean, it's family oriented. You just have different, I think, values, different morals.
Okay.
You have a different perspective growing up down south, I think.
Mm,
But like I said, I haven't traveled. But the best way, well, I haven't moved from here, but I
okay.
travel a lot and I have a lot of friends and I meet different people. So that's how we're able to see the world anyway through people because your
Yeah,
experience, you can
exactly.
tell me your experience. And I don't have to physically go there, but I know a
Yeah.
little bit about it through your experience. So, like I say, I love Mississippi. I love being here, in Mississippi. However, I do love traveling. But this is a place that I don't know if you've heard a lot of people come down to retire. It is slow, like meaning
Mm,
it's not so fast paced. It's not just moving,
okay.
constantly moving. You can
Mm,
just it's
yeah,
low key, but it's home and it feels great. And it's a great place to raise a family. It's a great place to settle down. So I mean, yeah, I love it. I
that's
love it.
amazing. That's amazing. When you had your son, do you feel like that slowed you down?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No, as Beyonce said, baby, have the babies and get back to business.
Okay.
Man,
Okay.
did not slow me down at all. I mean, of course, my husband, he did not want me to go back into the workforce because he wanted me to stay home with our son. But even with that, I'm a licensed bail bondsman, so I'm still moving. I was still and shaking here and there, but I
Okay.
did slow down as far as hold on being a mother, and just, I have this baby now. But anything, it put fire under me, and it just really reminded me that I was not meant to settle. I'm not meant for a mediocre life. I'm not meant to just be a stay-home mom. So it really put a
Mm,
different type of fire under me. And girl, I've been on
yeah.
go ever since then.
I feel that from you, even like through the screen of watching you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so talk to me about the Belle Collective. Now let's get into the juice. So how did you get this gig? I mean, I know Carlos came through social media, so I know he was the one that was is he the production behind this, or talk to me about that?
Yes, Carlos King is actually the executive producer of Belle Collective, and it's produced through his company. He's the CEO of Kingdom Right Entertainment.
Yes.
Myself and a friend of mine, Jacoby McGee, we pitched the show to him. We pitched women who we were inspired by, women who had attended
Mm.
my brunches, women that I just, see doing their things
Girl,
on.
I need to come to Mississippi.
Oh,
You bringing it in for me.
oh, come on! I'm telling you. I mean, what I'm sure. Like you're like, okay, I like it here. I love it here. I love the food. I love the people. I love the energy. I think you would like it. But
Good.
when you used to home, you're gonna
Yeah.
always go back home. But this is a place, you know,
Right.
for chill. Because some people come down even with on
Hmm.
with production. I can tell like I'm ready to get up out of here because they're so used to a
Right.
place that is not. It's
I
not
got you.
yeah, you
I
can
got
get lazy. Yeah, if you're not from here and you
you.
just
Okay.
like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? My friend in Houston, I was like, I went to visit him and he was like, Thursday we're gonna do this. Friday we're gonna get him to go to brunch. Friday evening, we're gonna go to this other place. Saturday morning, we're gonna do brunch again. I'm like, boy, what? And it's always something to do. Like
Right. Right.
one
Right.
a week for me, and that's it.
You're like,
Barely. Yeah. So, but no. So that's how it came about,
okay.
and he believed, he believed in us, and I always have to thank him for that because a lot of people they say that they're gonna do things in Mississippi, or they'll say,
Hmm.
"What's in Mississippi?" What I love about Carlos King is that he looked at Mississippi and he looked at it from a different perspective. And he said, huh,
Mm.
a visionary. What's in Mississippi? Let me find
Yeah.
out. Not saturated,
Mm.
and he just taken, showing our story in states that normally wouldn't be shown, you know?
Right. Exactly. That's
Hmm.
what I love about it. Like I knew nothing about this, and then when I got onto it, I was like, Mississippi,
Yeah.
really? And then I
Uh-huh.
was like, these girls are bosses.
Yeah, girl, big,
All
yeah.
I know about Mississippi is, MIS side, crooked letter, crooked letter I. That's what
Uh,
we learned in
come back.
school. Back, right? That's all I knew about Mississippi. And I'm like, these
Yeah.
girls are the bosses.
Yeah,
Love
absolutely.
it. I love it. Talk to me about the National Women's Brunch that you came up with. I personally think this is not just because I love brunch, but I think
Mhm.
this is the most genius idea ever. And I feel like you should be contacting women in every state on the globe and contacting the president and making him make this like a national thing.
Thank you. I really
Mhm.
appreciate that. I received that. Thank you. I really do receive that. I really do. So Women Brunch with Mississippi was created in 2017. And I'll just give you a quick little backstory. I traveled to an
Take
event
your
out
time, girl. Take your time. We're
Atlanta.
here.
But I attended an event and I watched women literally sit in a room say, "How can I help you and how can you help me?" And it
Mhm.
wasn't just a thing that they were doing, that they were saying, they were actually exchanging numbers. They were actually moving in that. And I was just so inspired. I'm like, you know what? We need something like this in Mississippi. Like I
Yeah.
do it. I like to say the plug already. They're like, "Tisha, can you get
Mhm.
me out of jail? Do you know a lawyer? Can you help me do this? Can you help me do that?" So I was doing the work
Right.
already, right? I
Yeah.
was already connecting people together. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna host it. And I live by if you build it, they will come. So I'm
Yep.
like, you know what? If one person is at this event, that's fine. Job well done for me because I believe we can inspire just one, right? You can
Yep.
sleep well at night. So anyway, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do this event, and it was called Mingling Over Mimosas Business Brunch.
Mm.
$20 ticket. I didn't know if one person would show up. I had no idea. For
Right.
that first ticket, I'm telling you, it felt like I had $1 million because I'm like, oh my God, it's really happening. Because at
I
this time,
love it.
people were not brunching like this. And Mississippi had the reputation of being a crab in a barrel, don't want to help each other,
Yeah.
things like that. So I was a
Mhm.
little skeptical, but at the same time, I believe in myself and in the vision, right? And I know God gave me this vision. So I was
Mhm.
like, you know what? Girl, I was like 60 something people, 67. We
Wow.
to the event, we had over 100 people outside. I had hired a lady from like the local church to come in to do my breakfast and stuff for me. And I was like,
Yeah.
just we don't have any more meat. I was like, girl, we down south. Put some grits and some and eggs in a bowl and we're good. So
Right?
people were like in there networking. When I tell you it just took a life of its own in that moment. And this just came from
Wow.
something like on a whim. Like I knew that this purpose was pulling me. So afterwards, I got emails and calls and messages on Facebook. Facebook at this time.
Mm.
Facebook, when is the next one? When is the next one? I'm like, okay, this happened
What year was this that you started this?
February. Mingling of Most Business Brunch. The first one was February 2017. And
Wow.
August, because I got so many calls, people reached out, "What's next?" I prayed about a name. I'm like, "What do I call it?" Because I don't know what I'm doing next. This was just
Right.
I didn't know. I didn't know. And the vision came, Women Brunch Mississippi, and I hosted my first event, called Women on the Move Empowerment Brunch at a nice place here, out on the reservoir. Reservoir's like water. And,
Mhm.
um, and that was in August of 2017, and it went up
Wow.
from there, and it's just constantly and it's more than just brunching, like, we brunch in purpose, I
Yeah.
have someone there, like, from the Secretary of State, someone from the IRS, we have, banks that we partner with to help women establish credit, and just things like that, so anything that a woman needs to be successful or set you up with
Mhm.
a business is there. If you're looking for a partner, is there. If you're looking for someone you can collaborate, or if you're just looking for someone that you can say, "Girl, I'm going through this." Like just really being there
Wow.
with people without a safe space, without saying, "Girl,
Yeah.
you heard what Jane said." No,
Right, right,
just really supporting women. And I think that that's
right.
important, and we need more of that.
Of course. I love this. When you have your 10th anniversary in 2028 or 20, I'm there.
Thank
I'm there.
you.
You just send out like golden tickets. I'm coming, and I will
Thank,
bring my network with me.
thank you. I
That is
appreciate
my word. It's now being recorded.
Thank
So
you. I
mm,
appreciate that.
that's
Thank you.
amazing. But that was one of the questions I wanted you to elaborate on. When you have the women's lunch, it's not just lunching. You guys are mentorship. You guys are collaborating. Are people able to find jobs? Are people able to get business loans? Like
Mhm.
what all goes on there?
So it depends. I had one called the Boss Bank. They're all different. Okay, let's talk about it depends on the title, right? So the Boss Bank. The Boss Bank came from just listening. And I'm a person that I listen to resolve. And
Mm,
so I coming from where we come from, it's like, well, you're not gonna get a bank loan. They're not gonna give you any money. They're not gonna do this. They're not gonna help you, meaning the bank. And I'm like, you know what? A lot of people think that way. I used to think that way. So I'm like, just like we need their money, they need our money. So
yep.
let's bring them into a safe space. So I was like, I'm going to bring you into our house. So, the loan originators came out. We had credit repair specialists there. So if they
Mhm.
couldn't give them a full loan, it's like, hey, work on this here, and we may start a job with $1,500, and you just build
Wow.
your credit up so that you
Yeah.
can establish a relationship with the bank. Now that was the Boss Bank. It was amazing. We had affirmation, going around the room. So it just depends on the name of the brunch. I had one called the Launch Brunch. The Launch Brunch was to inspire and have entrepreneurs, encourage entrepreneurs to go ahead and birth that baby, meaning that
Okay.
business, whatever it is, and we're gonna launch the business together. And that was out on the Reservoir the Yacht Club, and we released balloons, and we did all of this with your business on,
Okay.
knowing that manifestation was gonna occur. So it's so
Woo.
many things. I've had the launch brunch, Women on the Move empowerment brunch, the Boss Bank, restoration brunches. So it's
Okay.
just catered to what's going on, you know?
Mm. And
Mhm.
how often do these brunches happen?
So I was doing 2 a year. So the
Okay.
relaunch is coming, the tour in 2026. So I'm
Mhm.
working on that now. I'm planning
Okay.
it. And I'm getting back to what I started, and that's to brunch the entire state of Mississippi. And then we're gonna branch out to other states. I
Okay.
feel like
You have to keep me in
mhm.
touch with this because I
I love
will
for you too.
we're gonna get this going in every state, and you're gonna be the promoter of this. Every
Yay!
state.
Let's
Yep.
do
We're
it.
gonna get this
I always
exactly.
want to come to Connecticut.
Really?
Yes, let's
Ugh,
do it.
wow. I'm a New Englander, and I feel like you would fit in right in here, girl.
Let's
Right
do
in.
let's make it
Right
happen.
in. All boss bitch. All
Oh,
boss bitch
let's
here.
do it then.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
energy. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's get into some of the good stuff. So
Okay.
before I asked my audience a bunch of questions to ask you. So I have this I saw that you just got your YouTube page going, which we're gonna promote and we're gonna collab on with this so that we get it going. Um Congrats to you on that. But for my YouTube, I literally have like a small group that I charge a $10 a month, where I tell them you'll know who the next guest is going to be on the podcast. You get like backstories, you get behind the scenes stuff, because I interview a lot of celebrities. So
Mhm.
for you, I put in for them to ask a couple questions. But before we get into that, everybody wanted me to get into the Belle Collective.
Okay, let's do it.
The first episode. I'm not sure if you're allowed to spill anything, but beyond that, let's talk about, I don't know, how did you feel coming back season 6 first of all? I
First of
feel like
all,
I watched the first season to the 5th and I was hooked and I binged it, girl. I stayed home for the weekend and binged all of it. I was hooked with my bonnet on, with my Fritos, with my glass of wine. I
oh,
was like, "Oh no,
yeah.
she's getting hot."
So, yay! Well, thank you for your support. Thank you for your support, girl.
Of
It's like, yeah,
of
for
course,
sure.
I'm telling you, you have an amazing team that fits you very freaking well. So
Oh,
that's
thank
why
you.
that happened.
I
That's
love
why that happened. So how did you feel coming back to season 6?
So in season 6, I was very intentional. I felt and still feel amazing. I mean, just humble and grateful that we're back into season 6. It was very intentional for me. I've said it on several different outlets. Looking back, it's kind of like you got lost. I got lost in the sauce, and just
Mhm.
coming back in right now, just really refocused and realigned with my purpose. So that was my main thing. I was excited about it.
Okay. And how did you feel with like you and your husband coming back together? How did you feel with that relationship, but with it like putting it out there with everybody?
Oh, I mean, one thing about it, we put things out there every season. That's one
Yep.
thing you're gonna get from, from us when it comes to my life. Wherever I am in that moment, that's what it is. Wherever I am, that's what you have to get and it's just like a roller coaster. So I mean, I don't feel bad at all because one thing about reality TV and what I love and what I love about this production company and what I love about like the entire team is like, you know what? Here's a camera, do you. Like it's your authentic self. And that's one
Right.
thing I do love. I'll be like, well, I say that when I do that. But at the end of the day, um, as long as I continue to show up as myself
Yeah.
and everything will always be fine.
I love it. All right. I'm gonna get to those questions, girl. All right. So the first one was okay, so this was a question on empowerment and representation. So it was, as a prominent figure in the Black community, how do you feel about your role on the show? How do you feel about it contributing to the representation of Black women in media?
So my role on the show, basically, what's the second part?
You're one of the stars of the show.
Huh?
Like, I mean, I watched the show, I'm like, Letitia's the star.
Mhm.
How do you feel about your role on the show and it contributing to the representation of Black women in media?
Um, just for me, beautiful because I know what I stand for, and it's for women empowerment and just
Yes.
collaboration over competition. And that's what I stand for before I got on the show. That's what I'm gonna stand on during and after. So I'm just very grateful, and I'm grateful that God used Carlos as a vessel to see something
Mm.
in me that I did not see in myself.
Shout
So
out to Carlos, by the way.
yeah, girl, Carlos is
Yeah,
amazing. And
yeah.
like So I'm just grateful. I don't take anything lightly. I don't take anything for granted. I always express gratitude. And I
Mhm,
always say this too, God will move you from the back of the line to the front of the line when you move in
mhm.
good intentions. So my job is to just really show up and be my authentic self, because if we're someone else, you don't know who's watching. You don't know who you inspiring, and you can't inspire people and change the world if you're not being yourself. But they need to see the
Absolutely.
ups and downs. They need to see the transformation. They need to see
Mhm.
the vulnerability. They need to see, you overcome. They need to, we need that. So
Yeah.
that's what keeps me really going, and just really like, hey, this is what it is, and this is what I represent. And I hope and pray that others are inspired by it.
I have to tell you from my vantage point, and I'm a newbie watching, but I'm hooked, is that all of you are beautiful to me, but you are super, super strong and confident, and you
Thank
just come off as like, I want to be her friend.
Oh, I was like,
I
I'm
love it.
next
I
door.
love, I love,
Really.
love your presence on the show. I love
Thank
it. You
you.
and your family.
Thank you.
The next one was, and you may not be able to share this. So this was somebody had a behind the scenes question. This was somebody had a behind the scenes question. It said, can you share any that particularly stood out to you or that the fans might be find like surprising or shocking?
So for season 6, the season, or I was shocked the whole season. I was shocked the whole season. So
Now I can't wait for episode 2, October 10th. I thought it was today. I logged on today. I'm like, oh, I gotta wait till Friday.
the whole season, you're gonna see my face like, what the heck? What the hell? What the hell? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see it a lot. But
Right.
you're also gonna see inspiration. You're gonna see us come together. But there will be a lot of what the hell moments.
Okay. Okay.
For me, and the last episode that just aired, like, I'm not gonna sit here in front, like, it just hurt me to my core to see,
Okay.
friends giggle and giggle at
Yeah.
my pain, and so that was really hurtful for me. I'm human
That was
still.
episode 2.
One that you just
One.
watched.
Okay. That was Harpo Who This Woman.
Yeah, so that you actually, yeah, so but outside of that, I mean, on the top of the year, I asked God for restoration and revelation.
Mhm.
So when we ask God for something, we have to be prepared, and trust the process. It may hurt because it
For
hurt
all of it.
me, but I think that this season overall is one of the best seasons by far, and you
Okay.
guys will be inspired. You're going to be shocked, motivated.
Okay.
Um, it's just a roller coaster,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Okay. I'm a fan of you and your husband, so I hope this is a good thing. The next one is challenges and growth. The question was, what has been the most challenging aspect of being on Belle Collective, and how have those challenges helped you grow personally and professionally? So I'll start with the first question. It was, what has been the most challenging aspect of being on the show?
So the most challenging would be just putting my marriage out there, just really showcasing that to the
Yeah.
world.
Because
Um,
who even wants to do that on social media?
yeah,
Like it's tricky.
yeah. So that I would say that by far, if we have to talk about a challenge, it's
Mhm.
like just putting it out there, just being vulnerable,
Okay.
just being authentic and saying, you know what, here it is on a silver platter. This is what's happening.
Right. And the next part of that question was, how have those challenges helped you grow personally and professionally?
Oh, great question. So I would say both personally and professionally, I've grown a lot. I really found my voice in reality TV. I know that a lot of people may say, reality TV is dark or it's this or it's here to destroy marriages. But for me, I was able to find my voice in reality TV. I was one of those girls who was like, whatever my man say, my man, my
Mhm.
man, my man. I was just really that stay home. I was really that wife, right?
Yeah.
I grew up with that. My grandmother, small town. Mississippi, that's just what we were taught. And
Mhm.
so when I came on to Belle Collective, I was able to really, really find my voice and really and almost kind of like you gotta say it. Like Glenn is
Yeah.
not sitting here, you have to say it. Normally
Yep.
I'm like, Glenn, what we saying? What we doing? What's this?
Mhm.
And now I'm like, boom. And I just really birthed a new life on Belle
I
Collective.
love it.
Professionally, the platform has allowed me to travel the world. I have
Yep.
connected with the women across the world. My
That's for
brand is
sure.
it's known globally, like, so many things, so many opportunities. I get to meet women, amazing women like yourself. Just the platform has really, really been a blessing professionally.
That's amazing. You come to Connecticut, you got a place to stay.
Ah, thank you.
I
I'll just
of course, right? I gravitate towards you because, again, I told you I grew up overseas and then in a bunch of different states in United States. And for me, it's always been once I got to United States, it was like I was really able to see how Black women treat each other. Depending on the color of our skin, the shades, and we come in all different beautiful shades, depending on the texture of our hair, depending on our weight, depending on everything about us. And for me, it was always like, I never saw other cultures treat each other that way.
Mhm.
When it came to, and I don't know why we abuse each other that way. But when I watched you on the show, I'm like, she is someone who stands out. Like, I don't care. Excuse my language. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm
Yeah.
confident and I
Mm.
gravitate to you, and you're beautiful. You
Thank
should
you.
be confident.
Thank
So
you.
I loved that about you.
Thank you.
The next question was future aspirations. So it was, someone said, looking ahead, what are your goals for the future, both in your business endeavors and your role on the reality show? And then the second part was that, how do you plan to continue to empowering women through your work? So let's just go through the first one first. It was, looking forward, what are your goals for the future, both in business endeavors and your role on the show?
So I'm one of these. I'm that girl that's like, let me just give you a backstory.
Give it
So
to me.
at one time, like I'm an innovator. I'm a creator. I'm
Ooh,
always doing something.
that's why you're on the show.
I
You're an
mean,
innovator.
I'm always like, girl, I had a character company, and I had these lookalikes, Mickey
You
Mouse, and
did?
for 100, right?
Oh
And
my
that'll
God.
stop. And then I thought one time I was like, a fruit company. I thought I was edible arrangement or somebody. I'm you doing this.
You probably were better than edible arrangements.
"What are you doing?" I'm like, "Girl." I had the little heart stamp. Girl, I was
Wait,
making
wait,
little
wait, pause. What sign are you?
I'm a Cancer.
Okay, I thought you were an Aquarius for a second because
My mom is an Aquarius.
okay, I'm an Aquarius because you're like definitely giving Aquarius
Yeah.
vibes right
I love
now.
it. Oh, y'all okay, see, you guys are, like, creators too, and Cancers, like, we are like, it's just that's in our DNA. And then, so I'm going somewhere with this, and then I posted, 1 year, I ripped up some jeans, put them in a washing machine, and it was like, "Oh my god, where did you buy these from?" "Me." And it was like, "Well, how much?" I'm like, $20, and I'll rip your jeans for you. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
all that to say, like, I'm such a creator, and I'm
Mhm.
always thinking. I'm thinking right now of things to
Right.
do next. So,
Mhm.
when it comes
I'm
to
I'm thinking of collaborate, like
yeah,
I'm thinking of
yeah, like, I have things coming down the pipeline right now.
yeah.
Things that are in the works right now, and hopefully, if we're blessed, for season 7, you guys will get a
Mhm.
chance to see that as well.
Amazing.
So yeah, and personally, just to continue to be the best version of myself and continue to work on myself and how I'll keep inspiring. I'll keep having, platforms for women. I'll keep being
Yeah.
accessible for women. Anybody that I see, any woman that I talk to, however I can pour into them, I will, because at the end of the day, I know what my purpose is, and my purpose is to help other people find their purpose and to just
Mm.
become the best version of themselves. So that's in me. That whether I'm on Belle Collective,
Yeah.
Hell Collective, yeah, anywhere, I'm gonna always
All collectives.
yeah.
I love it.
Mama Collective, I'm gonna
No.
always
The
have that.
second part of that question you actually kind of answered. It was, how do you plan continue empowering women through your work? But you answered it.
Well, through Women Brunch Mississippi, of course. Like Women Brunch Mississippi here, continue to do that, and then we're gonna take it on the road. So I
Nope.
mean, the goal is to like really touch every state, and that's what we're going to do.
That's what I feel for you. When
Yeah.
I saw what you did and I looked at all your website and your story, and I'm like, this woman needs to contact our government and she needs to be in every state, being the person behind there. And she puts a woman in charge. You are in charge of this state, Connecticut.
Yeah,
You
that's
are in
what
charge of
we're
Jersey. You
yeah.
are in charge of New York. And we get and we keep this going.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Of
You'll be
course.
in charge of Connecticut.
Listen, I'm if you put me in charge, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm a bruncher anyway,
Okay,
so the rest just gonna fall into place.
let's do it.
I'm also someone who promotes women. I'm also someone who promotes Black women. I'm also someone who promotes entrepreneurs of all. So I'm
Oh,
your girl.
thank you.
Um,
We'll
last question
do
is
this, girl.
right. Last question is community impact, and it says, how do you actively engage and support your local community outside of your work on the show?
Mhm. So
Which I
I'm
think this was my favorite question.
okay. So for one, I'm a PCOS advocate, polycystic ovarian syndrome,
I
which
yeah, yeah.
you have PCOS. Well, we just came off of our awareness month.
Of course.
So I have a tribe and sisters, CYSTERS. I'm in different groups,
Wow.
different organizations with that. Of course, PCO Challenge is the largest organization, organization out here right now for
Mhm.
PCOS. So I was an ambassador for them. I even received the leadership award because I'm on the cause. I'm doing the work. We're talking to legislators. So that was amazing for me. Also,
Mm.
every year, and I don't put this out there when we talk about the different communities, but for Thanksgiving and for Christmas and holidays, I'm big into our women's shelter. So I'm there
Oh.
had
Oh,
several
love
brunches
that.
had several brunches with, the women at, a transitional home here, in the state. So I
Okay.
did that. So community for me is definitely in me, and not only that, community is when my phone ring. Community is when I get a DM. Community is, my social media, lovers out there who I love. I call them my love bugs, and it's just like, you know what? They have a question or they need some inspiration. So community is
Mhm.
big for me, and I just do it and without a title, you know?
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And I love the women's shelter. I'm someone who promotes women who are abused and hiding in
Mhm.
shelters. So I belong to a program where we donate our business suits. I was in corporate for a while. Now, obviously, I'm an entrepreneur, but we donate our business suits to these women who are looking for jobs but are hiding in shelters because they're
Mhm.
abused. So love that.
Thank you.
Um, I also want to talk about, before we close out, mentorship. I know, are you a mentor? You
Yeah,
are, correct? Okay,
yes.
because we have a lot of young girls, young entrepreneurs who are my audience. And every time I promote who's going to be the next guest, they're always on it. And when they saw it was you, it was like, I know who that is. Like, does she mentor? Does she mentor? So, do you mentor one? And how would someone be able to get in contact with you if they were looking for mentorship? I don't want to flood you with a
No,
bunch of 15-year-olds who are looking, but if
no,
you
you're
let us.
no, you're fine. And here's my thing with mentorship program, too. I use it. It's a cap, right? So it's a cap because I want to make sure that I'm able to really talk to everybody. We opened it up once before about 2 years ago, and it was like
Mhm.
flooded. It worked, but I just felt like I couldn't connect with the one on one. So
Okay.
now, yes, our mentorship is open, but once I reach a certain max, I just kind of shut it down because we
Uh-huh.
wait for the next 6 months. But they can
Mhm.
reach me on my website, LetitiaPearson.com, and you can go and
Okay.
subscribe. You can send me an email. Everything is out there. We'll get the messages if you're interested in mentorship. I would suggest go ahead, jump in there now because we're actually getting ready to cap off here soon. But
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And what's your social media handle for
So
everybody?
everything is Letitia Pearson. I mean,
Spell it
Latshi
again.
Pearson, Pearson.
Okay.
Everything is. Mhm.
Got And
I'm
I know
not
you
fine.
did your YouTube, so is that same Letitia Pearson?
Yeah,
Or
it's Let's Talk Unapologetically with
okay.
Letitia
I'm gonna
Pearson.
I'm gonna I'm gonna collab with you on this
Okay.
podcast. So we'll have your YouTube up there.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that, girl. Yes.
Of course. Of course.
Collaboration. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So to close out, I don't want to keep you long, Letitia. Again, I enjoy your presence. I thank you so much for being on this podcast. I think you have the most amazing team, and I'm so happy that we got this done. Um, I want to close out with your favorite quote. It doesn't have to be yours. It could be quote you got from someone. What's your favorite quote?
Become the change you wish to see.
Ooh,
Mhm.
and is that yours?
It's been under my email for years. I don't know if I got it from somebody or something.
You
No,
might say,
you know, I ain't nobody. I don't know where it came from. I just live by that.
right.
Oh no,
Become the
not
change,
that now.
right? Become the change you want to see. I love it.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
love it.
Time to change.
Guys, we're going to let her go, but we want to let you know that I am still on Spotify, on Apple, on YouTube, and recently over the past week, I'm now on Amazon and Audible. So if these stories are something that resonates with you, join my community, the Pink Book Podcast, because the best is yet to come. And on the pinkbookpodcast.com, if you subscribe to the newsletter, you will be able to see who the next guest is going to be.